Hey guys, Richard here with eBike Reviews and Adventures. Well, you're not going to believe the performance that comes from this little 20-inch folding e-bike right here. I am excited to show it to you. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's kind of unique. Hey, I've got the Hanevear H100 right here. It is a dual motor 20-inch folding e-bike. Yeah, I can't say that I've seen one of those before. Hey, stick around, here's the full review. All right, a big shout out to Hanevear for sending me this folding e-bike dual motor. Yeah, I tell you what, this thing is awesome. Let's do a walk around real quick and let's talk about it. This thing is just, yeah, it performs so well. You know, I've ridden other dual motor e-bikes before, but this one is just unique, partly because it's smaller in design. It's got the smaller wheels, not the 26-inch tires that I'm accustomed to from another brand. So it makes this bike a little more, easier to maneuver, and it's more nimble. But wow, the power you get from dual motors. Let's take a closer look here because this thing is packed with features. All right, so we do have the dual motors. We're talking 750 watt there, so a total of 1,500 watts. I believe they peak, total peak is 2,000, which is just crazy. Start up here at the front, we do have the CST BFT 20x4 tires, and they've got some pretty decent knobs there. I mean, I'd say that's probably medium on the tire scale, my tire scale at least. We do have a very large headlight up here, which seems to be very bright, and we do have suspension front forks that do have adjustments and a lockout. All the wiring is wrapped real good here, nice and clean. I like that. We have a lot of extra wire here. That's because this is a folding handlebar stem that is adjustable, so you can raise this handlebar up a lot higher, and that is great for anyone who might be really tall. Let's move on around here. Let's see what else we got. Oh, back over here we have hydraulic disc brakes. Absolutely. With something that goes this fast and it's this powerful, I would want hydraulic brakes. We do have an optional front basket. I'm going to talk more about that in a moment. Moving around here, we do have metal fenders to include a nice little support here to keep those from bouncing around. Now, if you notice right here, all the wiring is tucked underneath, and that's because the battery is inside right here. You've got a 16 amp hour battery. This is a folding bike, so we do have a nice big heavy duty latch right there. One thing I don't care for so much, and that is that the keys are down here on the bottom, and you do have to have the keys in it to keep the battery turned on in the on position so that you can start it. Yeah, I just don't care for having keys dangling underneath. A little cumbersome, but that's okay. I have left those keys there, haven't touched them since I got it and since I charged it. Have not noticed the battery running down or anything like that, so it just stays in that position. It's a locked position. We have a huge chain ring up here. I don't know. I think that's going to be like a 52 tooth chain ring. I didn't count it. Don't remember seeing it on the website either. Moving back here, you do have the turning derailleur, and this is a 7-speed. It's got the 14x28 cassette on there. It is a rear suspension bike, so we do have this rear suspension. Not a lot of travel there, but still, hey, it's got rear suspension, which helps. Going back up here, I will show you the suspension on the front again. Not a lot of travel, and when I first got it, it was really super soft, but I have since adjusted the front for my body weight and riding style, and it's running smooth now. We do have this really cool bat-winged saddle. Yeah, pretty wide. Kind of interesting that you get a stock saddle with a bike that is really big like that. It's, you don't typically see those. Usually there's something small. This does have the extra suspension, on the saddle itself, and it's okay. I mean, it's a little noisy, honestly, sitting on it. I don't know if you can hear that, but it is a little noisy. Moving back here, we do have a pretty good rack. It's a smaller rack because it's, a smaller framed bike, but yeah, pretty robust. I don't know what kind of weight it'll hold because it does attach right here on the frame, but nonetheless, we have one. We do have an integrated rear tail light and brake light and blinkers. Yeah, so we've got blinkers back here as well, so that's all pretty cool. And let's just move back around on this side again here. Let's see, not much to talk about here. Let's go ahead and go back to this basket for a moment. I do want to point something out here. This is optional, and they sent it to me so I could test review it and have it part of this video. But I will tell you guys, there is a flaw here, and that is the basket mount right here that's welded onto the head tube is not center. It's just a little bit off. So when you're out riding, you know, you'll notice that the basket, if I can get you, there you go, you can see that a little bit better. The basket is cocked to the right a little bit. A little annoying when you're driving down the road and, you know, your basket isn't nice and straight. So I don't know that I want to keep this basket on the front anyway for my style, because this is an off-road bike. This is meant to be put through its paces, and I don't necessarily want a front basket. I'll just utilize this rear back here, the rear rack. All right, let's see here. What else can we talk about? Just, yeah, such a great bike. I really like this color too. It's kind of got that desert tan look, which kind of makes it unique, kind of woodsy. I appreciate that. We'll go back up here again. I think I mentioned that the handlebar stem is folding, so you can kind of shrink this down a little bit. Let's take a look over here. We do have a fairly basic handlebar grip here. They are the leather style, but they're completely round. And if you're going to do a lot of off-roading or whatever, you may want to think about changing these out so you have something that's got a palm rest, so it gives you a little better support when you're bouncing around. The brakes have been working very well. I did not need to adjust those or do anything with them. Right out of the box, they worked fine. Right here, we do have a big, huge button for the front headlight. I haven't seen a style like that before, but it's working well. We have our button pad to change our pass levels. And let's go ahead and fire this thing up and I'll show you. Let's see, the power button is right down there on the bottom. There it goes, powers up pretty quick. Runs through its startup phase. There we go, that's what the display looks like. More about that in a moment. Back over here, this is where we have our blinker switch, so left and right. And let's show you what that looks like. Now typically I haven't spoke too highly of blinkers on e-bikes because most of the time the lights are like really small and I call it kind of gimmicky. But from a significant distance, you can still see that light and you know which one is flashing. It's not, you know, sometimes you just see a flashing light and you can't tell. But because it's got that waterfall effect, it helps you to identify which one. So we'll go up here, turn these off. Right here we do have an electronic horn, not too aggressive. And right here's the button to activate the front motor. So in the out position, then it's only rear wheel drive. But then when you push the button in, it engages the front motor. And I'll tell you what, I really haven't been using this at all in the rear wheel drive because it's just way too much fun. So I keep that front motor engaged all the time. Let's go back to the display. It is a color display. Now you'll see some shadows from the trees above, so I apologize. But you do have a nice battery indicator right there. You've got your speed. You've got your pass level right here. It tells you your mileage right down here. You can toggle through from odometer, whoops, wrong button, odometer to trip to, you know, your max miles or max speed, average speed, that sort of thing. So pretty decent display. Don't have any issues with it at all. Over here we do have the standard 7-speed Shimano shifter, and my favorite, we do have a twist throttle. And this thing, yeah, this thing wants to go, 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 go. All right, let's see here. What else can I share with you about this? I mentioned 16 amp-hour battery. I mentioned the basket is optional. The price is amazing. Follow the link down below to check out the price for this thing because it is a crazy good value for everything you get here. 2 motors, dual suspension, you know, the light package, blinkers, just you know, hydraulic brakes, folding 16 amp-hour battery, folding stem. Just a really good deal for what you're getting here and a crazy amount of fun. Let's stop yakking. Let's get on the road and I'll show you. All right, guys, stick around to the end of the video because at the end of the video, I'm going to show you just what a great value this e-bike is, and you're going to want to see that. So make sure you stick around. All right, we are ready to go. We're powered up. We're already in the 7th gear. We're just going to leave it there because we're going to use this throttle and take off. Let's bump it up to pedal assist 5. Whoa! One thing you might notice right away, you don't hear much from this motor, or these motors, I should say, because they are pretty quiet. Got us just a slight hum, just to let you know they're both there and they're both engaged. That's all you hear. But I'll tell you what, you hit this throttle and you're just gone like a rabbit. Yeah, this thing is just crazy fun here. Stick with me. We're going to do a speed test here in just a few moments. I'm going to get out of my little country road, away from the neighborhood here. Let's stop right here for a quick second though. I'm just going to leave it in pedal assist 5. We're just going to do throttle only. You ready? Here we go. We're going to go boom. Oh yeah, that front tire even spins out. We're already at 15. There's 20. Yeah. And that's the speed limit for the neighborhood, so I'm not going to go any faster. Just crazy amount of power. Let's go ahead and do a quick brake test here. So we're doing right about 20 miles an hour. And we're going to check out and see how good those hydraulic brakes are. I don't like locking the brakes up, so I could have pressed a little harder, but no need to. It stops very, very well with these brakes. Yeah. Let's go ahead and kick it down to pedal assist 3, because otherwise I'll exceed the speed limit here and I'll get myself in trouble. Because it is just crazy, crazy fun. All right, here. All right, bump it back up. Boom. Pedal assist 4. Boom. Yeah, this thing is balanced well. I mean, you can just really, you can zip around on this thing, control it well. I mean, this is just pretty unique. Pretty unique. I mean, I've got other two-wheel bikes, you know, single hub motors, and I really like them for what they are. But this guy, well, let me tell you, in about 8 or 9 days, I'm headed up to Alafai River State Park. It is a state park just north of where I live, and they've got off-road trails. And I'm going to be taking it up there to do some off-road riding. So I'm going to be going up there with a couple of friends, and I'm going to be putting this through its paces. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that video. Yeah, I typically don't do a lot of hill climbing, a lot of rough, rough trail riding. I usually take it kind of easy, stay on the easier trails. But this one, this bike right here makes me want to get out and climb trees. So, and I bet you could almost do that too with this one. So that's way cool. All right, we're going to head out to our little country road here and do some speed tests. All right, guys, we got it in pedal assist 5. We're going to do throttle only just because, hey, it's just too much fun. And we'll see how fast this goes. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Okay, a little bit of pedal. I shouldn't have. 20 miles an hour already. 24. 25. I've got a little bit of headwind. 27. 28 right there. Easy peasy. Hey, it's a Porsche. You think he wants to race? Yeah, I tell you what. Crazy amount of fun. All right, we're going to stop here, turn around the other direction, and we're going to see how she does with pedal assist. Now, no throttle. So we're just going to go ahead and leave it in pedal assist 5. There we go. So we got it down in second gear, and we got pedal assist 5 going on, no throttle. So we're just going to start pedaling. One rotation, about 1.5 rotations it felt like. Oh yeah, I'm already ghost pedaling. I got to zip this thing up there. We're just going to go right to 7. .28.5 is what I can do. Now I'm pedaling pretty fast here. I don't typically pedal that fast, but it feels good. I can do it for a short distance with no ghost pedaling, but that's because you got that large chain ring on the front. So having a large chain ring really helps. All right, guys. Let's do something we shouldn't do, but we're going to do it anyway. Yeah, let's hit the ditch. Holy smokes. Oh, that is crazy. Just crazy. This bike didn't miss a beat. I mean, it didn't hesitate. It didn't slow down. It was just wanting to go, go, go. I'm going to call this my go, go, go bike. Oh my goodness. Good times, good times. Hey, you know, I mentioned a moment ago what a great value this bike is. And you can look at the price and say, yeah, probably a really good value for what you're getting. But here, you know, the best way really to know that a bike is a good value is to compare it with a leading brand, you know, a leading model, something that's very, very popular among people. And then when you compare it side by side, and you're able to say, wow, look at what this has versus that over there. And I tell you what, you need to know that. You need to understand that. That's why my buddy Gary over Gary's eBike Adventures created this video.